Louis, buddy, I got to say, it's been an absolute dream that I can finally chat to someone who has played Danny Zuko in their high school production of Grease.
Yes, yes. Wow, that's a deep pick. That you've done well. Good
Yeah.
research.
Yeah. How old were you when you played Danny Zuko?
I think I will have been. Let me think about this. I was 18 when I was in the band, so I will have been 17. I think.
17. Yeah, I was 14. Can you believe that? 14. I don't think my voice.
Hey, did you enjoy it?
Man, I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it was my first, I think maybe like you, it was my first kind of true experience of performing to a crowd. And I thought, yeah, it was quite a wonderful, wonderful feeling, right?
Yeah, it's a fun show as well, man. Yeah, it's cool.
Did you have a favorite number that you performed on that production, if you can remember that far back?
As a young lad, like I was into acting and singing, but I could not dance. I did not really want to. So any of the numbers where they'd take a bit of a dance, like I was not really into. What was? Do you know what? I don't know about your school, but we had a licensing thing. We couldn't do all the classics.
Oh, what? What do you mean? What songs? What
Yeah,
could you do?
but like I think they were worried that they were going to get sued or something, and I don't think anyone had eyes on this Doncaster school that I went to at the time. But yeah, we didn't do a lot of the classics, which is a bit of a shame.
I think looking back, I think they might have done the right thing, considering I think those.
You're right. You're right. There could have been a claim, actually. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Louis, man, congrats on how did I get here? Lemonade is so fun to listen to. I think on behalf of Australia, we're so happy to hear you feeling so confident and, like you said, hoping to be being the artist you hope to be.
I think the way I originally framed it was the artist that I deserve to be, and that is more. It's more an internal conversation. That whole thing, really.
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time that I've really allowed myself at every step. Even now in the promotion, I feel really good about showing it off. So this is the first time that I've kind of allowed myself to be the artist that I deserve to be, I suppose.
I saw that you recorded this album in Costa Rica.
I'd always had it in my mind that, I've done most of my recording in England and a little bit in LA. But I'd always had it in my mind that just going to this place that felt really far away from home, that looked a little bit like paradise, and one of these kind of places that've got a slow pace to them, which is a nice kind of advert for the album. Because the idea of when you're making an album, you can really feel the timeline, you can feel the pressure. So moving outside of that pressure bubble was really cool, and it was something that I wanted to do for a while, but it exceeded my expectations. There was still part of the cynical Northern English guy in the back of my head going, is it really going to make a difference,
Yeah.
But it absolutely does. It absolutely does. It's the way people feel, to how beautiful it looked outside, the pace, everything like that. So I think it just it gave me the room to be able to create without the pressure, I suppose.
Yeah. Are there any other locations that you're looking at for maybe the next time, or for just a place to kind of escape so you can work on your creative muscles?
I don't know yet, but I've set the bar pretty high with Costa Rica, so I'm excited to get into that whenever that might be.
Speaking of many different locations, you're about to go on tour, and I mean you're no stranger to huge audiences, right? But I think this tour coming up starting in March, I mean Madison Square Garden, man. Like that is huge, and what makes it different this time around? I mean, doing it solo rather than being in a boy band.
I just like it's so niche, my experience in One Direction, and just to even be in the same conversation as Madison Square Garden on my own, it's something that I would never have even dreamt about, to be honest. It wasn't even on my radar. That felt like just too far away, certainly when I first started touring. But yeah, luckily things have been growing, and the tour that I did last year felt really good, and I felt really confident doing it. So I think it's a really good time for me to be in these kind of size venues as well. I feel I'm in a place where I can give myself the best shot at having a great show.
Yeah. And what about the music for this album? I mean, to me, I feel just by getting an understanding of where you're at in life right now, how will it feel performing, these songs of confidence to such a huge group of fans waiting to hear it?
Yeah, it's always really exciting, kind of getting a vibe for what the fans love and what kind of works really well live and stuff like that. But this record was written from a happier place, full stop. So I'm excited to how that's going to influence the show, because I mean my shows were until now full of joy and really exciting and full of love and all of that. But that was amongst some quite moody, heavy, emotional lyrics. So I'm interested to see. It's going to be a really, really nice place to be, I think, the tour show. Really fun place to be.
There was something you said in your conversation with Stephen Bartlett on the Diary of a CEO. You said, this is not a let me show you all what I can do, but this is look at what we've done together, which I think is just such a beautiful statement for your fans who love you so much. What is your love message to your fans this time around, releasing this album and going on tour?
I would just say, like it kind of goes back to the title of the album, How Did I Get Here? And the tour is called How Did We Get Here? You know, if there's anyone who's been a fan of mine for a while, especially since I've done my solo stuff, take yourself back to, where we were at on the first record. And it was a very, very different situation. No one really knew what was happening. My fans were fighting for me every single day to get, even crumbs of opportunity. So to now be in the position that we are, I want and need them to take a lot of pride in that, because, it's a cliche thing to say that we've done this together, but my relationship with them and the confidence they give me is fucking vital. It's integral to everything that I do. So, I just want to make sure that, maybe if you're going to come to any of the live shows, or even if you're just watching from home, or if you're watching the campaign, get bigger and bigger, just make sure you give yourself a pat on the back as a fan, because, there was definitely a time where it felt like I wasn't getting the right opportunities. And the only reason that I now am, the music is a little better maybe, but it's all the perseverance and the hard work that the fans have put in. So, I'm forever grateful for that.
Wow. I mean, that's such a beautiful way to interact with your fans. I think you're just so on the same level with them. There's not that many artists that see a relationship with their fans as kind of like a team. And I think this is really beautiful. It's something that you have with them.
Yeah, it's something really, it's strange in a way that when I associate and think about my fans, I almost think about like one being, like it's almost like my best mate. It's like, it's just someone who's always been looking out for me. It's been there, for like over a decade in my life now. So there really is like a deep rooted relationship there for sure.
I love it, man. Well, here on the Jermaine Plane, we're actually a throwback music show, so we play a lot of music from the 90s and the 2000s. When I listened to Lemonade, I immediately thought of those silhouette characters holding those iPods. It kind of took me back to that time.
Yeah, cool.
Is there any song in your past that led you to being this artist that you are today, or any sort of throwback song that made you the Louis today?
So funny you say that, because I was just talking about this yesterday, and I was obsessed with Green Day as a young lad. So Green Day definitely had a massive impact on me. But truthfully, the biggest musical impact, that it's pretty cliche for me to say this, but I was 16 years old, and it was the first festival I'd ever been to. I went to Leeds Festival. It was fucking raucous, but I was like in heaven. I come from Doncaster, and it's a lovely place, but not quite as exciting as like a Leeds Festival and everything that, that is and stands for. And I can remember as a young lad, my eyes just fucking bulging out my head and being like, okay, this is what it's all about. I think I'd maybe been to like 2 live gigs previously to that. So that was the first time where I really felt the excitement from music, for sure.
Oh, man, I love it. Well, we love Lemonade. I can't wait for the album, How Did I Get Here? And thank you so much for joining us on the Jermaine Plane. Thank you.
No worries, bro. No worries. Nice to meet you. Thanks for that.